back to another SMSU esports game. We got League of Legends on tonight. First round of playoffs playing Concordia. SMSU did win the regular season versus them in week number 4, so a rematch, and hopefully SMSU are able to take this one out. SMSU did get the Swain. I see it's already being put in chat. The Swain is the pick that SMSU, it seems like they always get it first round, and teams always regret it here. So excited to see if SMSU are able to take this. Pretty default start from both teams here. SMSU going for a very tanky lineup. The Orin, the Belvath, Set, Swain, Ash, into the Gwen, Wukong, Gragas, Jin, Morgana here. Nothing surprising for Summoner spells other than the Gwen came out with Ghost this game. A little bit of an interesting decision. SMSU might be able to capitalize on that. On the SMSU side, they actually went for an Exhaust on the Swain, not switching over to the Ignite, deciding they want some more survivability for Swain in that bottom lane. But SMSU actually starting top side with the Belvath here.
Yeah, no Ignite on either side, so a lot of TBs can come out and play after that 14-minute mark. Mid lane, kind of a melee matchup you don't see too often, but that just gives a little bit more shove and push back and forth here.
Yeah, this is a very weird mid matchup. You don't see a lot of set mid. SMSU obviously plays it. It's something that they've been playing quite a bit this season, but the Gragas is not a common pick either.
We'll see how the junglers start off, see if there's any early aggression, maybe a couple of ganks get a game ahead, or if they're just going to do a nice little farm route. I can't imagine that'd be the place, but some early action here. Pull on the Morgana, not having that shield, can't walk away, taking a little bit of push.
Not level 2 yet, so not too much threat of anyone dying in that bottom lane, but level 2s are coming soon here. See the Orin Gwen matchup. Gwen getting the better of it early here.
And I think that's going to be for a little bit here. Gwen just having that easy sustain, kind of going in and out, a little bit of a dash there. Wanting to kind of play safe. Having said that, the wombo combo out of him is unusually strong.
Yeah, SMSU might be looking for a gank early. Belvath going into River. Yeah, Battle's not there yet, so he's got nothing to do but go top. So here we go, should be an interesting fight, but Orin's so low already.
Ghost does come out here. Belvath's still looking for it. Doesn't get the pop up. Orin just kind of looking on the back here, trying to grab something. Ghost was popped. And it looks like Scuttle will be here in about 15 seconds. Should be looking up. Still nothing towards the bot side. Wukong with a full clear. Couple of farm up on them.
Yeah, and a very interesting situation going on top. They do get the Ghost out, but Gwen didn't have to really blow anything else. She's still relatively high HP. This Wukong's gonna get help from Gwen, so actually they secure. They might double scuttle Belvath here. Belvath gonna fall behind a little bit.
Yeah, and Gwen leaves a little bit of farm to Orin, but still is up. And with that Ghost cooldown not having flash, it's gonna come back a lot quicker than you expect. So by the time that second game comes around, she's gonna have it. And that's either for early repeat game right away.
It's hard to repeat games. There's no jungles up on that side.
Yeah, you don't want to risk too much fall behind another 10-20 Cs.
SMSU just barely missed that. They tried to steal the scuttle with the Swain W. Unable to, though. That just now getting onto her second buff.
Mid lane going at it all the time. Gragas has been a little bit low on mana the entire time, so I'm wondering what the first items here, if he's going to go a little bit more tanky with the Roa, kind of go for that sustained mid lane, or if he's going to go a little bit more with the damage.
Oh, that was so close to landing. And Set just has this ability to, he's so tanky that Gragas just doesn't have the mana pool to constantly fight like this. Set's just been forcing these engagements.
Yeah, the shield you get is just a little too nutty in the range on that as well. Just because you are melee doesn't mean you can't strike from afar with him.
The Gragas has to play this lane so well. He has to play around that range. He cannot let the W come out at the end of these trades, or the Gemmas will get a massive advantage from him.
Yeah, the only thing I'm curious about is that Grog is all thrown behind set, and that's kind of where he gets into that trouble. If someone's gotten behind him, he's got to keep everyone here. Looks like Warren making use of that passive, already getting that first item, not having to back at all, and we'll see if that plays into a factor here later on.
Yeah, and Swain, something interesting I didn't think about earlier is this W. A lot of tanking has been coming out, trying to, you know, they have the Morgana shield for it, but he still gets the stack even when the Morgana shield happens, so it doesn't. Swain's okay with that. He's like, oh, I'm getting a free stack.
Yeah, we'll take the free stacks all day. You can shield this up, but at the end of the day, eventually I'm gonna outscale.
Now, one interesting that Set has been bullying this mid lane, but he hasn't incurred a CS lead that's actually going to fall a little bit behind in CS here as Gragas pushes this in and he goes for a recall.
Yeah, Grog is using that TP already coming back, and I believe that is the row setup right now.
I think I am wrong. I think
the,
Set TP's back to lane and takes a slight CS advantage himself.
If he grabs all, if he gets all 6, yes. So like Roll will be coming up for Gragas on that first item unless he really does something out of the ordinary here. Gragas with that passive, you know, every time he uses the ability, the W as well. That's going to regain a little bit of health.
SMSU losing another scuttle. Belvath coming in the mid though. SMSU going for a gank here. SMSU doing a lot of damage, but that ult from Gragas comes out, breaks up the play. I don't think SMSU can chase this. Maybe they have the pullback from Set coming. Oh, and there comes the pullback, the flash from Pajamas. SMSU are able to get first blood here, but Morgana does roam up. SMSU see it though on that ward.
Yeah, nice heads-up play there, knowing that they can still go. A lot of flashes being blown. Gragas throwing that barrel ult right away, kind of signifying that he's used most of it here. Gwen on the picture to come down and kind of help pinch that with Morgana. And
yeah, actually, I don't know if you noticed, Orin picked up a kill on that Gwen.
I was kind of wondering where Gwen was.
I saw the ult come through, but I thought it was an ult to help his team because it was over here. But it was the ult to pick up the Gwen kill.
Yeah.
That's massive for Orin too.
Yes.
Like, getting a kill in this matchup is so much more important than a lot of other matchups because this Gwen can be a problem at this point in the game. So getting an advantage there, very big for SMSU. And here comes the gank. SMSU, they do see it on the ward, but they'll be able to get out in time.
Yeah, Wukong ult trying to touch him up. Jin trying to take it down a little bit. Morgana not able
SMSU might be able to help this a little, not quite in tower range. Oh, so close.
A lot of minions there too, and those minions at this level will do a ton of damage. Yeah, unfortunately Morgana was just a couple of steps behind and was not able to find him in the midst of that. Otherwise, I think it would have been a little bit of a change here. Wukong looking towards Dragon, just trying to see what's going on. Ocean Drake, and Curtain Call opens up from Jin, trying to strike out. Swain just happily looking in front, but steps downward, thinking that they were safe, and he ends up picking the kill on Dash.
Threads the needle there.
Yeah. 4 shot will get you.
And that is Dragon securing as well. SMSU do secure the Rift Herald on the opposite side, so it's not a huge loss for SMSU. They should be able to get some additional gold advantage with Belvath having Rift Herald here.
Yeah, Ocean Drake not too horrible. Any dragon early is not horrible, but it's what comes afterwards. If you start losing number 2 and 3, and then that pressure kind of falls in. So we'll see what happens with the next one here.
Yeah, actually, I think this top lane is going to start to become a problem for Gwen. Look at this HP right now. 600 HP to 1700.
Yeah, as much sustained and damage too. It's the Orin, and that Wombo combo just hits the percentage health. He's got good sustain. He's going to be able to buy items even though he's not backing, and with that advanced it's just going to get worse and worse. Time to see where that also is going to maybe start putting the pressure down. Looks like mid is going to be the play action here. Going towards Gragas, pops him up. Wukong going in all set, trying to lock that down.
Though. The set W done tons of damage. Belvath here trying to get the cleanup, but SMSU, they'll take that. That's 1 kill for free.
Yeah, really great heads-up play there. Just, keeping calm. Wombo combo in there. Wukong ult not quite doing as much early. Picking up a second kill on the Belvath, and that is going to be huge. Now we're going to see maybe the Rift maybe playing out. Maybe mid or top side, try to get a little more advanced.
He's going back in here.
Still, yeah, it's...
Belvath could get caught by a little bit of a late invade here. Matt sees it. He's just going to back off, take the safe route, realize that the farm's not worth the potential death.
And it looks like Hex Drake will be our next one here, so that means it'll be Infernal or the Chem Drake for the final.
Look at that
Gwen just
trade.
getting...
Gwen opts into that trade and gets demolished for it. And it's just so much safer Orin taking those trades. If Gwen goes in and Belvath happens to be close.
Like right now, Orin ulting, trying to get a little bit. Andor does get the pop-up, stun, goes in there, and still going over to Orin. That'll help greatly. Let's see if they pop the Rift Herald top,
Yeah,
grab a couple of towers here.
They'll use it to pick up. Ooh.
Takes the tower shot, still fine. Just
has to cancel Rift Herald there.
There's no TV outside for Gwen here, so she's losing out on quite a bit.
They'll get a bunch of plates here. That's great for SMSU.
Yeah, I think the next time we see Orin, they'll be back into lane. You know, we'll see if they kind of keep the status quo, everyone stay in their lane, or if they're gonna start switching stuff up a little bit after that first turret.
Belvath 2-0, getting a Rift Herald turn in on a full tower, getting almost all the plates. I mean, split 50-50, but that's still a lot of money.
Yes. Yep. Got 150 bounties on both top and jungle here. Bot lane pushing up a little bit. Then the top side was where all the action was, so they are free to play as they'd like.
Yep, we see Kraken Slayer coming out early for the Belvath, and Jock Show coming out from Orin here.
Orin is just going to get so tanky, finishing boots as well. Same thing with Belvath. That's a huge makeup right there.
Goes for the interrupt, but loses like 3 farm for it. Not sure if that's worked.
Still up a little bit. He's got a little wiggle room. Roa as well finished out. I think it was around that 12-minute mark. 22 game complete. Dragon will be the next thing here. Looks like a minute, a little less than a minute to go. We'll see if everyone kind of hovers over there. Orin can stay topside and help out with the Gwen, or he can go down bot side and kind of start joining the team fight. Gwen, no tower, kind of find herself in a curious position. He can knock her up since the tower does count as terrain. All Gwen comes out, but Orin's able to chase that down, and this is going to be a nice 1v1 me, bro.
He's full health. What the heck? He lost 80 health in that fight.
Yeah, it's going to be a problem, and now you kind of have to consider how much resources you send to the top lane in order to deal with this, because Orin's going to get too big for possibly even 2 people to handle if it continues this way.
Yeah, and honestly, still has TP, or is that TP's coming up really quickly.
Just in a few seconds, so.
Yep. So they might be able to use this to come into the bottom, but they're already going in on the Jin bottom. That should be a free kill for SMSU.
Yes, nice closer, using the exhaust, knowing he doesn't have any gap close, doesn't have that Gale Force yet, and nowhere to go, unfortunately.
Now Nash's tooth finished from the Glen here. But SMSU starting up Dragon activity.
Yeah, there's no contest there. Hand it over, look for the next one. 1-1 Dragon. Ugh, the top lane's gonna get interesting here.
Because it also just opens Orin up to do this. Comes through mid, and this is going to secure another kill.
Yeah, set this ulting, bringing it back a little bit more. Orin playing a little risky, going forward, flash style points. Belvath picking up the kill there.
That Swain W rages. And did you see that Swain
yes,
W was?
It is.
He was at bottom.
It's a ridiculous amount of range. But, you know, as long as he hit it, it don't matter. Another Swain proc going off there. I mean, he's
feeling good. He's getting a lot of free stacks, up to 24 already.
Yeah, this is going to be a menacing game here, unless something really changes or, you know, something major happens. The scales start to tilt unfortunately.
Yeah, it's one of those games where this is where you're pretty happy to be playing the tanky lineup. It makes it harder to make this big mistake that can cost you the game. You're not squishy. If one CC hits you, usually you don't fall from that. So it's very interesting having the lead when you have this tanky lineup.
Yeah, and we do see a couple of I wouldn't say meme plays yet, but I mean, with all this tank in the lead, you know, you may start to get a little overzealous and still not get totally paid out for it here. Ash taking a little bit of brunt of the action.
Swain just runs at him.
Curtain call comes up, and unfortunately, this is going to be found out. Ash arrow comes out after the Morgana shield already out, and unfortunately, that is all she wrote for Morgana.
And one thing interesting is Ash is being so effective. When Ash or Ansel Ellie got double banned. They banned this therapy, they banned this setup just to try to prevent her from having this amount of impact, and she's still doing her job setting up for this Swain.
And the Leandries, the AP Ash.
Yep.
This is something new. I'm interested to see how this works out. But that Ash arrow does scale up. Plus all the slows too on top of
W
it.
applies, yeah.
It's gonna get a little bit stuffy. She's got the free reign to just poke you down and, you know, cycle you out. Another Rift Herald plays topside, another tower down.
Top though.
2v3 coming in here, but Sustain unfortunately is not able to bell that.
This is gonna get the charge off.
Yep, Rift Herald's gonna find one more. Even if they hit the eye, I don't think it would have
damage.
Would have hit there.
Oh, Groggy's fell mid.
Yes, topside win.
So Set gets the dive kill on Groggy's mid during that. A lot of things going on at the same time here, so it's hard to keep track of them all, but SMSU just have so much advantage at top, and this turret being low now opens that up to like one Demolisher proc, a little bit more, and that turret's gone.
Yep, and you know, unfortunately we talked, you know, about the able to make mistakes, but sometimes too you don't want to make too many of them in a row. Belvath, unfortunately, giving over a little bit of a
and
bounty,
that's kind
but
of the one person who can't get caught going aggressive. The one squishy member on the squad that you don't want dying.
Or you know, he can take a little bit.
If
Set's
that's Orin
a
in
little
that
fine.
position,
Swain,
you know, they're fine. They'll probably
win the
can
fight.
walk all the way from mid before he dies. Now we'll see SMSU what their strategy for picking up some powers here is. I think it would be interesting to me to see Lauren get pushed in a little bit and then just roam mid. Just start to apply pressure to the other side of the map.
Yeah, I think a couple more wards needs to be found out here on the top side for Red, just so he can really kind of roam out, because right now it's a big giant question mark. Not that he can't take 2v1, but it's always nice to have that information of who's going where for what. It looks like topside's having a little bit of a fight here. Ornalt going up, unfortunately able to find Gragas here. Fight in the bottom. Morgana going out, chain binding, trying to find one. Doesn't get
It takes a pretty low bar. Holy cow, that damage!
Grabbing the Jhin, and then Set picking up the kill on Morgana, and of course that reset and health by Belvath too just brings him right back to half.
Right before that, I don't know if you noticed, but Ash ult hits a Wukong illusion. Not the best outcome there, but it doesn't seem to matter. SMSU still pick up 2 kills. 2 kills for 0. They're able to reset here. They know Dragon's coming up, so they decide to not push for the tier 2 mid and instead make sure everybody's full buy for this Dragon fight. Looks like that might be the focus for SMSU, stacking up those Dragons.
And remember, they don't ask how, they ask how many.
Exactly.
They won 2. Yeah, we'll see if
looks like we've got Chemtech as the soul. No. It'll be Infernal as the soul.
Yes. Yep, Infernal will be the soul. We'll see if they try to meander down to Dragon here. Looks like they're just going to kind of play safe.
They're just starting it right away here.
No need to look at this. We know that they're on it. Just kind of hold off, but curtain call comes out. You might get a free shot, you know, just looking for it. Swain running his lesson this time, standing out front.
Doesn't care. He's got enough HP, and Morgana's gonna drop for it.
Gonna pay the price. Finds the bind, but unfortunately, she also finds her death.
And I think that's gonna turn into the last outer turret here. SMSU is gonna try to drop that with 4. Set maybe gonna roam top here just to clear this wave out as Gragas is pushing that in.
Yeah, as long as they keep this rotation up and just keep applying the pressure. Eventually, they're going to bottleneck enough where Death Timers are going to come up. You start looking at Baron. You start really pushing in, and then kind of that chokehold comes in.
SMSU now should be setting up towards topside formation. I mean, they have the turrets pushed in. They have the opening to start setting up for a Baron play. Would really like to see them extend their vision lead to cover that type of area.
Yeah, if you see Wukong, they do have a ward there towards Wolves, so if he starts managing over there, looks like he's backing right now. They have no knowledge of this set. He's warding there, just kind of looking in the bush just to see if anyone pops up. Wukong does fully back, so they can get on this. This will be a free Baron for them. I don't think he'll be back in time if they all start attacking. Baron still pretty good, about half. They finally got the ward in there. They know what's going on.
Right as they think.
Yep, Wukong
here to flash it.
Gets there. Garage on the back side. Forcing not able to find his set. Doing a little bit of a tank there. Yeah, just kind of clean that one. Swaying, pulling all three of them. Wukong falling Jin. And Morgana, a 3-for-0 plus the Baron, and that's not something you want to see on the other side.
I feel like SMSU may be a little over-aggressive there. It does work out, but Belvath flying in with 50 HP going for the fight. And Orin actually decided to TP bottom, trying to apply this pressure right away here. They know they've got Baron buff up 3 down, so they should have difficulty clearing these waves out. And you want to spread that Baron buff as much as you can, get as many minions buffed with that.
Yeah, looks like this is going to be power and hit. Maybe rotate towards the bottom side here. Meet up with Orin.
Though, because this is a 5 versus 4 now.
Those minions, though, you got a cannon, 2 cannons coming up here. A lot of minions coming in, and those super empowered minions can do a lot of damage. That cannon still counted in the backside here, while Orin as well taking those turrets. So they either have to respond to this, or if they protect the inhib, they give up another turret.
Now they send Wukong over to start to do it. Lane looking for the gate.
Morgana can't steal 2 people. After goes flying. Unfortunately, Rocket's trying to go in on the backside, not finding any help at all. Jin trying to run away, and the Wukong decoy taking up most of the damage. Kurt call from Jin, trying to find that ass. Swain once again to stand in front, and only 1 shot comes out. Turrets take a lot of damage from 1 set of minions, 2 set of minions, 2 turrets, and that is the Nexus.
And one thing I like to see, so we noticed early in that game that Jin shot sneak by and pick up the Ashe. Every time the Jin out was popped after that, you see the Swain standing over full protection mode. No movement, understanding that he is the person that can absorb those shots. So good job from SMSU winning game number 1, and we will be back shortly with game number 2.